Now, at the top of the page, I think you're going to need to memorize these two notes, A flat and F. Right. And the note that comes after that is D flat. So we have to work out a strategy. Well, actually, it's this D flat. So you have several choices. You can go 5, 2, 1. This requires an open hand. Try 5, 2, 1. And A flat on the bottom. Right. And don't worry about getting up to the D flat until after you're firmly in position on the F. That's it. And then you may need to open up. Do you see how I'm taking the other hand and I'm literally pulling my thumb away from my second finger, but don't give up the second finger until you're on. There you go. Very good. Very good. That's an excellent way of practicing. It allows one hand to help the other. Not quite. Stay on the F a little longer, and then try it with the other hand helping again. That's perfect. That's not perfect. Yes. Almost. Still the F stopping too soon. That's it. So let me introduce you to the notion of an external force. Usually we generate in our own muscles the forces that get us from one place to another. But sometimes we have to imagine that a force comes from outside our body and pulls us over. So the force doesn't come from in here, the force comes theoretically from the side, from an outside. That's the idea. Have you learned what a deus ex machina is yet in a Greek tragedy? It's called God and the Machine. It means that the plot's gotten so complicated that the only way out of it is if some God came down from heaven and fixed everything for all the mortals at the very last moment in the last scene. And what they did on the stage was they had this sort of cart, and the cart had a pole sticking out of it like a cherry picker, and this guy pretending to be the god sits in a little bucket at the end of the thing, hanging over the stage, and he was, or she was, the god from the machine, deus ex machina. So a deus ex machina is a force that comes in from the outside and helps you miraculously. Now, Aristotle, who wrote the classic work on how to write a good tragedy, said that deus ex machinas were a bad thing because the plot should develop on its own and not need somebody's outside influence to arrange things correctly at the end. It's all related. All right, so let's try those three notes again. That's going to happen twice. Actually, it happens 3 times. Okay. So let's get the external force there in your imagination. That's better.